Because part of the impunity we are talking about is the sheer audacity for an agency that is created under the law, under the National Security Agencies Act, as State Security Service, abbreviated as SSS, to now abandon the name statutorily created and now adopt a different name known as Department of State Service. That's why when they say Sowore said DSS will not exist, DSS has never existed. So why is the media referring to them as DSS? There is no agency known to law in Nigeria today as DSS or Department of State Service. The agency that the law knows, for example, if you want to take them to court or if they are taking you to court, the only name that is known and cognizable under the law is State Security Service. So part of the reform and part of the rule of law compliance is for us to insist that they should operate by the name by which they are created. It was Marilyn Ogard who started this DSS nonsense.
So DSS does not exist?
It has never existed. As far as I'm concerned, it has never existed. So when people say, Sowore said DSS will not exist, which is even false, by the way, he never said so. He was only relaying a reported speech. What he claimed a state chairman of the AAC told him, to Idris Abdul Karim. It was not his view, but that is not the argument for today. When we get to trial, we'll make that point. What I'm saying as that today is that there is no agency in Nigeria known to law as DSS or the Department of State Service. The only agency known to law is State Security Service, SSS.
But Sowore is going through all of this, and they are still holding him against court order to release him on bail. If this happens to Sowore, despite team of strong lawyers like you, FF, Falana SAN, and the rest of them, how much more ordinary Nigerian? What is the hope of the common man in this law?
No, what Sowore is going through is what most Nigerians go through the criminal justice system. If you want to establish what I just said, go to Magistrate Court Oba today or tomorrow morning. You will see Lagosians, residents of Lagos, who are being bundled like animals, like cattle in Black Maria every single day by so-called Lagos Task Force, which is basically a criminal organization. They bundle people, they go on raids, pick innocent people on the road. Nigeria, they are basically criminalized poverty. So it's just that Sowore's case is political. That is the truth of the matter. But what Sowore is going through is symptomatic.
So does politics overrule?
It is not supposed to. It's not supposed to. But when you have a president that is disoriented, a president that is totally disconnected from the 21st century, a president that does not understand why laws should take precedence over so-called national security, in which case it is still the law that determines what is national security. When you have a president that cherishes, places premium on cattle over human beings, and we saw that when cattle were being slaughtered by rustlers in the northwest and the northeast, Buhari personally will put on his military camouflage. One of the few occasions he has done that since he was sworn in 2015. He put on his military camouflage and personally went to constitute a joint task force to protect cattle. You have also seen what the government has done in terms of Ruga, in terms of the so-called livestock program. Even in Benue State, when indigenes were being slaughtered, Buhari said you need to learn how to accommodate your brother. So you have this person that is parochial in nature, primitive in thinking, a president that has no regard for human life. And we saw that when the Shiites were being slaughtered. And unfortunately, we have become a nation of killers. How do you explain a situation that people who are not armed, simply because you disagree with the ideology, you now sent army to slaughter them, to kill them? just because they prevented the chief of army staff from moving on the road. So obstruction of traffic is now a capital offense under the Buhari regime. You have a president that's super intense over such mass slaughter, including the killings of the members of IPOB. The point I am making is that, what do you expect in Showore's case? When you have a president that has no element of human sympathy, he lacks empathy.
It is the SSS that has refused to obey court order. So why are you mentioning President Buhari?
Oh, this question is very strange to me. Under the National Security Agencies Act, the State Security Service is only accountable, unfortunately, to the president. The SSS does not take instruction from any minister in Nigeria, not even the vice president.
And not from courts.
They are supposed to be subject to the orders of the court. But I have just told you that Buhari's regime has turned the country to a banana republic. So let nobody tell me that Buhari has no hand in Showore's detention. That would just be lie. In any case, are you saying he's not aware? Because they keep telling us Buhari is not aware. And is the nominal complainant in this case. Buhari is the nominal complainant because the so-called charges against Showore is that he wanted to overthrow the president. Treasonable felony, that he had formed an intention to overthrow the president, Buhari. That is what the charge says. The other count says he cyber-stalked the president. President Buhari. So how can you tell me that the nominal complainant, the alleged victim of the so-called revolution now, is not aware that Showore is being detained against court order? Is he living in space? So when you have an agency that is directly under the control of the president, detaining a Nigerian for purportedly planning to overthrow that same president against court order, how can you tell me the president has no hand? The president has a hand. And it is a tragedy that many Nigerians are finding stupid excuses. And I'm sorry to use that word, but that is what it is. People are now finding imbecilic explanations for this absurdity that is going on. There should never be an excuse under the sun for the order of a court of law to be disobeyed. No matter how perverse that order is, what you can do is to go to court to set it aside. President Buhari is in office today because of the court. Because the Supreme Court has said he was validly elected. So can you imagine if Atiku chose to disregard the decision of the Supreme Court and mobilize his supporters across the country and call on people to take up arms to challenge the outcome of the election against the order of the court? Would that not be anarchy? So what happens when the president, the executive, those who have the responsibility to enforce law, are now the violators of the law? It means the end has come, the republic has come to an end. You cannot have a republic without rule of law. So let no Nigerian, let no sane Nigerian defend the detention of Showore. So when they say, oh, let his shorties, because that is what some people are saying. Oh, why can't we just allow his shorties, to go and sign for his release?
I was going to come to that point.
We are already there, and I asked the question. What business do Showore shorties have with the SSS? Absolutely none. And I'm saying it publicly that Showore shorties will never, at least as at now, we've not changed our mind and we don't have any intention of doing so. Showore shorties will not go to the SSS because we know what their plan is. The connection they have, the obligation they have is to the court. They don't have any business with the SSS. So for the fact that Showore is being detained against the order of a court, it means the government has no legitimate. Recall that when Showore was arrested on the 3rd of August, if I'm not mistaken, they claim he was arrested for terrorism. As a matter of fact, the order for his detention, after they had illegally detained him for some days without a court order, and we challenged them, they now ran to court and got an ex parte order. under the Terrorism Prevention Act. They applied for 90 days. The judge, Justice Taiwo, asked them to detain him for 45 days. Under the Terrorism Prevention Act. At the end of the day, as I speak to you, there is no charge of terrorism against Sowore. None. Which means that his detention is unlawful ab initio.